Are there any geographic trends that you are seeing from the viewpoint of Deribit and retail?
So Deribit trades options, right? And that sort of already
Yes.
narrows our focus. Like, and options is traded in a select few markets. So let's say Asian markets, like Augustine point out, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, and then Europe, Netherlands, Germany, India, the options in the Kospi. So where Deribit is concerned, we see our options flow coming from the markets essentially where there is a big market for options. However, from a regulatory point of view, we operate only where, from a client acquisition point of view, especially if you talk about retail client acquisition, we are limited by our regulatory hurdles, licensing obstacles. So we got regulated in water, but that was primarily for institutions. Still not, water still has not regulated Deribit for retail, which means that unless a client is a professional qualified investor, they cannot, you can't onboard via. However, we cannot, for example, in Europe, we've applied for MiFID license, and we can onboard clients and market in Europe once we have the license. We can offer our products there once we have a license. The same way for let's say Brazil, for India, and various other jurisdictions where we would like to offer our products, but we're simply limited by where there is demand. We want to offer a product, but we're simply limited by regulation, by
Yes.
from a regulatory and from a compliant point of view. So the market is there. It's only about unlocking access, which we hope to, now that we've got Coinbase on our side. And together, we hope that with Coinbase, we can unlock access in more geos and hopefully onboard more clients. And the same is probably true of institutional clients, especially in local geos where there are bigger clients, bigger hedge funds with a larger size.